Look closely into the cold eye of the ultimate predator, the terrifying king of Earth, the mighty T-Rex, a perfect biological machine built entirely for one purpose: pure, raw destruction. For 165 million years, dinosaurs dominated a vibrant world. They were the perfect survivors. Millions of heavy beasts thundered across ancient continents. They owned every inch of this planet. It was an absolute empire of towering giants that lasted for an incredibly long time. Physically, they were flawless. Their bodies were masterpieces of natural engineering and unimaginable strength. But evolutionarily, they eventually hit a glowing red dead end they simply couldn't escape. Even through millions of freezing cold nights, they never figured out how to build fire. They never picked up a basic rock and realized it could be a helpful tool. They never bothered to look up at the bright stars and wonder what was out there. Countless millions of years passed. Dinosaurs lived, died, and slowly turned into fossilized stone. The stars spun overhead. But down on Earth, absolutely nothing changed for millions of years. The biological clock was ticking, but higher intelligence was left frozen in prehistoric time. The incredibly beautiful garden of evolution was slowly choked out by massive, mindless weeds. It was a terrifying biological glitch. Pure brute force halted the upward flow of intelligence. Meanwhile, deep in the dark shadows, our tiny rat-like ancestors hid away in absolute terror. Every heavy footstep was a violent earthquake. Mammals were permanently trapped safely at the bottom. The towering giants completely blocked out the sun, preventing any spark of intelligence from growing. The fragile mammalian brain was trapped forever inside a harsh cage made of dinosaur bones. But to understand exactly what happened next, we have to look up into the sky, reaching higher than the ancient jungle canopy, piercing straight through the thick layer of clouds, continuing up into the glowing stratosphere, right where our fragile atmosphere meets the dark void. Moving out into the freezing cold, totally silent, an empty vacuum of endless deep space. Most textbooks claim a jagged asteroid hit the Earth. But what if it wasn't an accident? What if the sudden extinction of the mighty dinosaurs wasn't just a lucky cosmic dice roll? Hidden deep within the absolute blackness of space sits a terrifying, highly advanced alien megastructure. It's a dark machine the size of a planet, pulsing with strange, incredibly ancient energy. Deep inside, a geometric metallic rod is carefully loaded into a massive electromagnetic railgun barrel. Unimaginable kinetic energy rapidly builds up, a terrifying weapon designed strictly for planetary destruction. With a totally silent flash of light, a 10-kilometer-wide bullet fires straight toward a tiny dot. A horrifying civilization, actively harvesting an entire star's energy just to pull this trigger once. To these unknown aliens, Earth wasn't a living world. It was just a glass petri dish. The massive metallic spear accelerates through space, perfectly smooth, a deliberate weapon, not a random rock. The planetary target is permanently locked. The glowing engine trail burns fiercely across the dark void. It brutally hits our thin atmosphere at Mach speed, glowing violently red from incredibly intense friction. A highly complex alien targeting grid analyzes the Earth in milliseconds, calculating the perfect strike. Glowing neon crosshairs lock dead onto the Yucatan Peninsula, the exact point of maximum global devastation. Why aim precisely there? Because that specific ground was densely packed with a deadly layer of sulfur. The weapon hit at exactly 60 degrees, the mathematical, perfect angle to entirely choke out the atmosphere. If it had hit the deep blue ocean just seconds later, the giant dinosaurs might have survived. But the alien math was entirely flawless. The catastrophic impact was designed for total, unavoidable
If it hit seconds
extinction,
later,
just milliseconds before impact. The glowing red-hot tip is barely a single millimeter away from the surface. A sudden, pure white flash consumes everything. It was the precise strike that violently changed our universe. The Earth's solid crust rips apart in slow motion. Millions of tons of rock are vaporized instantly. The alien master plan works perfectly. Glowing yellow sulfur rapidly covers the globe, entirely blocking the sun. The bright sky suddenly turns pitch black. A terrified T-Rex watches its legendary reign finally end. Brutal starvation quickly sets in. The dying giants wander blindly through a freezing, totally dark wasteland. In just a fleeting, geological blink of an eye, the incredibly mighty dinosaurs simply turn to ash. Planet Earth suddenly becomes a dark, post-apocalyptic graveyard, completely silent, dead, and covered in toxic snow. Half buried deep inside the toxic grey ash, the skull of a fallen king rests. The empire is dead. Absolutely nothing moves on the barren surface. The brutal, calculated alien biological reset was a complete success. But the weapon strike was incredibly surgical. It specifically spared tiny, hidden burrows located safely underground. Suddenly, there is a very subtle movement. A perfect geometric hole quietly opens up in the cold ash. Out from the dark shadows of the skull, a small furry mammal nervously pokes its head out. Look closely into its glowing eyes. A brilliant, bright new spark of raw intelligence has finally ignited. The warm sun finally pierces the thick ash clouds. The surviving mammal looks out at its brand new world. Biological evolution hits fast forward. The tiny survivor rapidly morphs right into a smart, early primate silhouette. The ultimate breakthrough happens. An early caveman proudly holds a glowing geometric torch. We finally conquered fire. Shortly after comes the very first tool. Two stones strike violently together, creating a brilliant spark of progress. Human time rapidly accelerates. Simple wooden wheels quickly transform and evolve right into complex, glowing neon gears. Witness the true birth of human civilization. Massive, geometric golden pyramids rise proudly under the vast starry sky. Humanity successfully builds a global empire. Bright glowing trade routes rapidly spread across the earth like a web. Ancient pyramids smoothly morph into towering glass skyscrapers. We enter the vibrant neon glow of modern civilization. An incredibly bustling geometric metropolis shines at night. We have undeniably become masters of complex engineering and technology. We finally managed to split the atom, violently releasing the terrifying, blinding raw power of the universe. The terrifying nuclear age rapidly blooms. A strangely beautiful but deadly neon mushroom cloud permanently paints the sky. We ambitiously reach for the stars. A sleek, modern rocket launches upward, riding a glowing pillar of fire, violently piercing the upper atmosphere, bravely leaving our comfortable home world behind for the very first time. Behold the pinnacle of natural selection, a human astronaut floating entirely freely in the cold blackness of space. We proudly stand at the very top of the planetary food chain, the completely undisputed apex predators. We thought it was just a lucky accident, a cosmic roulette wheel that perfectly landed on us. We incredibly proudly plant our geometric flag right on the cold, silent and dusty surface of the moon. It was a massive historical achievement. Human pride and absolute conquest wrapped tightly inside a sleek advanced spacesuit. The lone astronaut quietly gazes back at the Earth. It looks completely serene, incredibly beautiful, and entirely ours. that fragile blue marble glows with human hope. It is a safe haven inside a cold universe. But what if we aren't a cosmic accident? What if humanity is just a carefully planted crop? What if a shadowy alien hand planted our glowing seed in the dark soil millions of years ago? Our modern glowing cities are built directly on top of an underground graveyard filled with dinosaur giants. In reality, we're just a thriving blue and green bacteria culture trapped inside a floating glass petri dish. So, the terrifying question is this: what happens to us when the alien gardeners finally return? The grand biological harvest begins. A terrifying metallic alien scythe hovers dangerously over our brightly glowing cities. Meanwhile, on the silent moon, the lonely astronaut watches the bright blue reflection in their glass visor flicker. A massive, completely unnatural dark shadow slowly begins creeping across the bright blue reflection of the Earth. This shadow has perfect, terrifying geometric edges. The ancient, planet-killing alien megastructure has officially returned. The horrified astronaut drops the human flag in absolute dread. The sudden, terrifying realization is completely crushing. The massive alien ship is fully visible, entirely eclipsing our tiny, totally helpless blue planet from the sun. The mysterious gardeners have arrived. Strange, highly advanced, glowing red runes violently light up across the dark hull. A massive, glowing magenta scanning laser shoots straight down, completely blanketing the Earth in a single, terrifying instant. There is absolutely nowhere to hide. The dark alien shadow effortlessly consumes everything humanity has ever proudly built. First, they wiped out the dinosaurs, and right now, they are perfectly preparing to permanently harvest us. Glowing human energy is rapidly sucked straight up into the massive alien ship, exactly like a cosmic vacuum. The helpless astronaut standing on the moon is just a microscopic speck of total insignificance dwarfed against the dark void. The edges of the screen slowly darken. The massive, glowing red alien runes pulse brightly with terrifying intent. The entire Earth instantly goes dark. Every glowing city light extinguishes under the terrifying, massive alien solar eclipse. Zooming out into space, the colossal alien megastructure makes our entire home planet look exactly like a tiny marble. There are no loud explosions, no chaotic war. It is just a very cold, flawlessly calculated biological harvest. All human cities are left completely empty and totally silent, bathed in a strange glowing neon red light. The planetary petri dish is now entirely empty once again. Just a sad, sterile glass dish floating in the void with its dark mission accomplished. The massive alien ship turns away. Its thrusters suddenly ignite with a blinding cyan light. A new biological cycle finally begins. A strange, glowing new alien seed is dropped onto the completely barren, silent Earth. This tiny seed glows faintly deep in the dark ash, patiently ready to wait for another 60 million years. The massive alien ship slowly fades right into the deep blackness of space, becoming just another shadow among stars. The astronaut's glass visor now reflects only a completely dead, pitch-dark world, a visual representation of total human despair. The camera frame slowly tightens its focus directly on the pure pitch blackness of the now entirely dead, harvested planet Earth. Now there is just the extremely faint silhouette of the moon, resting against a completely starless, incredibly cold, empty void. A neon cyan geometric heartbeat monitor flashes across the dark screen, pulses exactly once, and then abruptly flatlines forever. A terrifying, geometric alien font flashes just one single, glowing word completely alone in the absolute dark space. Reset. We leave you with a truly haunting final image. A single, glowing, geometric flower, quietly blooming, straight from a beautifully intertwined human and dinosaur skull. The visual frame very slowly shrinks down into wide cinematic black bars, heavily focusing your complete attention on the absolute dead silence of the universe. Eventually, almost everything is completely black. Just a single, tiny, incredibly distant red star, blinking ominously right in the dead center of the dark frame. Now, it is a completely pure, solid black canvas. A tiny, glowing alien rune appears for just one terrifying split second before vanishing completely. The massive screen fades to pure, total black. Absolutely nothing else is visible. The terrifying cycle is officially over. We will see you next time.